Hello, YouTube. Genesis here, and I got another bit of information I'd like to relay to you. Something that I heard through the grapevine. It's that the white people here in America are really upset by the candidate that they put in office, and he made them a bunch of promises about he gonna end this, gonna end that, bring down the price of eggs, gas. The economy will be straight. He gonna end a war in Russia with Ukraine, all in one day. But none of this has come to be acknowledged yet, because all that stuff that you promised, it's hard to try to bring about something in that mass amount. That's too much stuff to just make happen at once. You have to be God to do that. And then he ain't God. He called himself a king, but he's nowhere near God. You ever heard of a Judas goat or Judas sheep? That's an animal trained to lead other animals like cattle, and just lead other cattle to slaughter, to betray them, and betraying them. Nothing happened to him because they spare him, because they don't want to lose him. He's been trained to do that. So back to America. Everybody's up in arms and complaining about what ain't happening for them, and this ain't going right, and now they want to take down the person that's supposed to be responsible for changing all this stuff. But he done locked in, and he got a good firm hold in the situation, and he's determined to hang on. But eventually I think they'll get him out of there, because back in the old days, if the king wasn't right, all the farmers and peasants and subjects got together, rakes, picks, sticks, whatever they can get their hands on, and storm the castle. When they got through storming that castle, they come out of there with his head on a stick. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but some kind of way he's going to be taken down. And as for the matter of bigotry, hatred, and racism, all this other stuff that's going on, God been tolerating this stuff for a long time. I guess he's waiting for the right time to just, he gonna bring it down, but he gonna bring the whole crew down. He gonna bring all of them down. Like the plight of the black man. We've been suffering and toiling and just really suffering at the hands of these people for over 400 years. Since they come over there and collected us like specimens in the forest or a group of animals, and threw us on a ship and brought us back to America so they could make us do their will. Anyway, we've been praying since then, praying hard. Oh Lord, please let these people get their foot off of our back. Let us get from under them so they can quit riding our backs. A very famous man said, "I'd rather live on my feet than to die on my knees." And they are pressing us to the point where they done bend us down to our knees now. But we hanging on. They thought they'd kill us out. Because once they got through with us, as they thought, there wasn't no need for us, so, man, let's kill them. They hung us, beat us, shot us, just did everything they could do to just get rid of us, fed us bad food. But we prevailed and we came on through those situations and we still here. Which proves our ambition to live, the resilience in our soul. And well, let's get back to this thing called racism. We've been praying and we've been prayed so much we figured the Lord didn't hear our prayer. He ain't heard us say nothing as we might think. But they tell me the Lord moves in his own time and he ain't never late. So I think it's time for him to let them know that he's tired of this racism, hatred, and bigotry. And to solve this situation, he sent in a Judas goat. And he's going to lead them all to, I ain't going to say their demise, but their downfall. Because they've been sitting on all the money, all the richer things in life, all the good things in life, the best land, the best houses. It's just been had the best situations just handed to them, and they guard it like they guard their life. And they guard it to the point where this Judas goat spews out of his mouth a bunch of lies. And he tell them, say, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. Oh, I'm going to make you all rich to the likes of what you've never seen before. It never ever happened in history. But they don't know that this is God working, because the farmers here in America are screaming. Not only the farmers, everybody who are trying to run a legitimate business, they got some quirks, anxieties about what's going on, because they losing money. They ain't making no money. And when the farmers start losing money, they holler too. Let's talk about the farmers right now. The farmers, just like everybody else started, but I'm using the farmers as an example for all of them. They thought that when he said these bad things about deporting the criminals and the illegal immigrants and just deporting anybody that ain't white, taking away citizenship, voting rights, birth rights, all of this, they thought they was excluded. Just like this DEI thing, the diversity, equity, and inclusion, he wanted to get rid of that. Seems that he getting rid of them along with all this other stuff that he making disappear. And he lining the pockets of the people that he favor. They don't need money. Money junkies. You know, like a dope fiend on the street, he addicted to the dope. These people are addicted to money. They don't need money, but then they just gotta have more and more and more. All they can get is all they can stash and store away and hide. And it's an epidemic with them, because you can't quit it. It's just like doing dope. You can't quit it unless you get some help. Anyway, I think God sent this Judas goat in to Lead them all off the edge of the cliff. Take them to the water, make them drink. Like the Pied Piper of London. He come to lead all the rats out of London so that they wouldn't affect the kids of London. Anyway, that's what he's doing. He lead them all to their financial demise. All the stuff they think they got, it's going to go away because what they did was they blindly followed this person to where he was trying to lead them. And he got them at the cliff and he kicking them off now. When he get through kicking them off, they all going to be laid out somewhere just financially destroyed. Because you don't do anything to hurt yourself. But they still the kind of people that would cut off their left hand to spite their right hand. Cut off their nose to spite the face. Guess what kind of ugly scene that would be? Anyway, they all in for this because they believe that once this is over, they're going to come out a little richer than they was. But they fail to realize that in this one category, the people that they tried to kick out are the working people. And they didn't realize that once they get through kicking all these people out, who's going to work the farm? Who's going to work the hotels? Who's going to cut your lawn, cut your grass? Certainly, a black man ain't going to do it. Ain't going to pick your strawberries. He's not going to work in the hot sun chopping your cotton or picking it. Because when it happened back in the day and they said we was free, why you think we left there running? Few of us stayed, but the majority of us left there running. Like Sha'Carri Richardson, Usain Bolt, or that other Jamaican girl, her name will lose me, but then we left there like we were running the race to win it. And we ain't going back to those jobs. So I don't know what made them think that we was the number 2 option for getting these farms and fields and produce to the market, because we don't do that no more. It ain't in us. You can call us bums or whatever, but we done learn how to learn. We go to school and get education. We got more opportunity to get education, and so we are taking advantage of it. Yeah, some of us out here, we do some shady stuff. Some of you rich white people from back in the day who got big money now did shady stuff. Like sold bootleg alcohol, prostitution, gambling, illegal gambling, all of that. And when you made enough money, you say, well, I got enough money to go legal. I can make myself legit now, so I'm an honest business person. And you did that, which in all actuality, somebody should have been investigating your past, seeing what you did to get that money, to make yourself come up like that. Because nowadays, if we did that and you caught us, you would take every dime and then impose penalties and fines on us till you extract more money that we didn't have. You made sure that once you let us loose, whichever way you cut us loose, we weren't coming back. We were going to think about trying it again. Anyway, For like 400 years, we prayed to God. Why do we have to endure this? These people got their foot on our back, on our throats. They're killing us. And we begging you, stop the madness. Some of us gave up because we figured that you wasn't listening to us, God. But the majority of the population didn't give up. We still praying. We believe you heard us. I saw a thing in the news one night where, well, it wasn't in the news, it was on a program, right, late night, where this reverend was preaching, and he said, God don't care about your pain. He's not interested in how bad it hurts. And I was just barely listening until I heard that. Then it caught my attention. It was all eyes on him. I want to see what he's going to say next. He said, God is not interested in your pain. He don't care about how bad you're hurting. He said, all God want to know is, do you believe? Emphasis on the word believe. Keyword, believe. Do you believe? Because that's the basis of all true faith, is that you believe that he could take that pain away. And I got something out of that because I normally just flick through those programs and I stop for a second. And on my way I go, because I really don't care about what they want to relate to me or tell me, because some of the words that they be spouting out their mouth, it's not true, because they done did everything they can do to the Bible, to that book. Rewrote it, changed things around, made things in their favor. But back to what I was talking about, the Judas goat entering the scene, entering the situation. He's going to lead them. Well, he ain't going to lead. He's leading them to their financial demise. When you get through chopping them off at the knees, half of them not going to be rich as they was, because they like taking a knife and cutting your own throat. That's what they done by expelling the necessary workers that they need to cut their lawns, pick their crops, work in the hotels, the restaurants, the stores, to do all their menial, despicable kind of labor. And I heard somebody say, why would they do that? Because they're supposed to be a smart class of people. They're supposed to be thought this here thing out. They're supposed to be been at least come up with a plan B in case plan A don't work. Oh, I forget what I said before. We were their plan B, I guess, because they thought maybe, well, put it this way. They tried to relay it to us like the immigrants and the illegal immigrants and whatever were taking black jobs, taking our jobs. So they want to get us all enraged and up in arms and hollering and screaming about, we want them out of here too because they're taking our jobs. But they don't think hard enough, because if they thought hard enough, they would think that how long black people been so-called free, which we ain't free yet. But how long did we have the little freedoms that we do have? And they're trying to take them all back. Voters' rights, human rights, birthrights, all of this stuff they're trying to retract, rescind, and walk it all back to where it used to be. And they think that we're going to grab a cotton sack, pick up a hoe, and grab a row, go pick the strawberries, oranges, apples, lettuce in the heat. We are black enough. They tried to they tried to screw the black out of us. Some of us got a little lighter, but most of us retain some pigment in our skin to be able to realize by our color that we still black people. You can look at our facial features, our lips, our noses. We still black people. Our hair, we still black people. So, ain't no way in the world that you can convince us that chopping cotton, picking cotton, and working like a dog from sunup to sundown and not getting nothing for it, it's the best thing for us. We want things too. We want things too. Like financial ability, support for our kids. We want to give our kids a good education. Send them to some good schools. Give them good equipment to work with. So we done got our mind in a higher cloud. We like a lot of us going to school, a lot of us in the colleges, a lot of us won't even work a McDonald's job because we aiming for higher goals. And that's what we want our kids to aim for, a higher goal. So we ain't going back to the cotton field. You whoop us, beat it. You tried that. We stayed there for a little while from the beatings and the whippings and the killing, the lynchings. But we ain't built like that no more. And certainly our kids are not built for the cotton field. They don't want to do housework at home. Take the garbage out, wash the dish. Oh, Mama, I done washed the dishes yesterday. You think you're going to make them chop cotton? You had to train us to do that. And we resisted a little bit. But these kids now, our offsprings, they not going to do it. They say, you got to kill them. You probably are going to have to kill them before they go and chop your cotton, pick your fields, and do all of that. We ain't going back. So, everybody who jumped on the wagon, who voted for the Judas goat, they used to tell me, my parents used to tell me, you make your bed hard, you got to lie in it, so don't make it hard. I guess y'all made y'all bed a little lumpy. And by making it a little lumpy, if you're going to get a good night's sleep, you just going to have to suck it up and just grin and bear it. Or get some willing workers and quit treating people real bad. Quit treating them like they nobody. You run those people off. They were willing to do this here because they saw opportunity to come up, to make something of themselves. And these people that you run off, they were really real good hard workers. They used to work. They work hard as we worked back in the day when we were slaves. I guess they worked that hard because you did give them an incentive to work like that. But now you done ran them off. Good luck getting them back. America, change your ways. Because I believe that God interjected a Judas goat in y'all society, y'all system, just to force you to abandon your hatred, your bigotry, and your racist ways. By the time he get through with you, I don't know. We may be able to count the biggest in this country on one hand. It's sad. I feel a little sad for you. Because when it comes to laying out and planning and making your own destination, you doing it. You did it. I thought white people were smart. But I see they will fall for some of the worst scams it is. Good day, YouTube.